You've rehearsed the conversation 12 times. You know exactly what you'll say when your boss asks about the deadline. You've practiced your tone, your words, even your facial expressions. And when the moment comes, you freeze. You stumble. You say none of what you practiced. Here's the twist. A 2025 study found that people who spent just 20 seconds writing down their anxious thoughts before social situations spoke more words, talked faster, and used more positive language than people who didn't. They didn't rehearse, they dumped, and it changed everything. In the next 5 minutes, I'll show you the brain dump protocol that university researchers found eliminates conversation rehearsal, and the working memory science that explains why your mental practice is actually making you worse at talking. Most people think rehearsing conversations helps you prepare, but researchers at multiple universities discovered something shocking. When you mentally rehearse, you're not preparing, you're overloading. Your brain's working memory gets jammed with scripts, predictions, and what-ifs, and when the real conversation starts, there's no space left for actual listening or authentic response. The rehearsal trap. You felt it. The loop that starts the moment you know you have to have a difficult conversation. The planning, the scripting, the imagining of every possible response. You think you're preparing. You're not. Working memory research shows something most people miss. Your brain has limited space for active thinking. Think of it like your phone's RAM. When you fill it up with conversation rehearsals, predictions about what they'll say, backup plans for every scenario, there's no room left for the actual conversation. A study on expressive writing found that when people wrote about stressful experiences for just 15 minutes, their working memory capacity increased 7 weeks later. The mechanism is simple. Writing gets intrusive thoughts out of your head. It stops the mental rehearsal loop. It clears the RAM. But here's where it gets interesting. In 2025, researchers tested 128 college students with mild social anxiety. Half did a 15-minute expressive writing session before a social interaction. The other half wrote about trivial topics. The expressive writing group spoke more, spoke faster, and used more positive emotion words. They didn't rehearse the conversation. They dumped their anxiety onto paper, and their actual performance improved. The ancient practice meets modern validation. Journaling has been used for centuries to process emotions. Science now proves why. It's not about organizing thoughts, it's about offloading them. The 20-second protocol. This is the pre-conversation brain dump, a 20-second release that stops rehearsal and frees your mind for real connection. Here's exactly how to do it. Step 1. Identify the trigger. The moment you notice yourself starting to rehearse a conversation, stop. Don't try to stop the thoughts, just notice them. That's your signal. Step 2. The 20-second dump. Grab your phone, a notebook, anything. Set a timer for 20 seconds. Write every anxious thought about the conversation as fast as you can. Don't organize, don't make it pretty, just dump. I'm worried they'll think I'm stupid. What if I forget what to say? They might get angry. Stream of consciousness, no filter. 20 seconds. Step 3, the physical release. This is critical. Once you've written it, close the app, put the notebook away.
Or use the technique I do. Crumple the paper and toss it. The physical act of releasing the paper signals your brain that you're done processing. The science is clear. Expressive writing reduces intrusive thinking. It frees working memory. It stops the rehearsal loop that's actually making you worse at conversations. Advanced element, the reframe. If you have 30 extra seconds, add this. After your brain dump, write one sentence reframing the situation positively. Research shows reappraisal writing prevents anxiety from bouncing back when you reimagine the situation. What you'll feel? Immediately, you'll notice mental space. The rehearsal loop stops. Your mind feels clearer. That's not placebo. That's working memory being freed up. In the actual conversation, you'll find yourself listening better, responding more naturally, not searching for the script you practiced, because there is no script. The 2025 study found people spoke more and used more positive language. That's not because they became better speakers. It's because their working memory wasn't clogged with rehearsal. They had space to actually engage. If you want more techniques like this that actually work when you need them most, try Snap Tap Relax. It's the only relaxation app designed to work when your phone is off. Just snap a photo of yourself, turn your phone off, and feel the mental shift happen. No screens, no notifications, just you and actual calm. Download it free on iPhone or Android. Links in the description. Why it works. Here's what most people miss about conversation anxiety. The rehearsal feels productive. It feels like you're preparing, but you're actually consuming the mental resources you need for the real conversation. Working memory is limited. When researchers tested people after expressive writing, they found something remarkable. Writing about stressful experiences reduced avoidant thinking about those experiences. The brain stopped trying to process them in the background. The mental RAM cleared. You're not lazy for not rehearsing. You're strategic. You're saving your brain's processing power for when it actually matters, for listening to what the other person says, for responding to what's actually happening, not what you predicted would happen. This isn't just about reducing anxiety, it's about being present. The people who spoke more on that study weren't less anxious, they just weren't burning their mental energy on scripts. You now have a 20-second technique validated by research from multiple universities. 1 moment, 1 brain dump, no rehearsal required. Do this once before your next difficult conversation. Notice how much clearer your mind feels. Then do it every time you catch yourself rehearsing. The brain dump isn't a theory, it's your working memory's release valve, and you just learned how to use it. Stop rehearsing, start dumping, and watch how much easier real conversations become. And if you found this valuable, download Snap Tap Relax. It's free, and it's the only app that helps you disconnect to actually relax. Links below.